Question number 1, Part A. Sarah buys a new car. The cash price of the car is $4,500. She can pay for the car using option A or option B. Which option is cheaper and by how much? So let's find the total cost using option A. She has to pay 1/5 of the cash price. So 1/5 of the cash price is 4,500. Then she has to pay 12 monthly installments of $340. So this total will cost her $4,980. This is option A. Now let's check option B. She has to pay 12% of the cash price, so 12% of 4,500. Then 24 monthly payments of $195. Then plus 24 times 195, which gives us 5,220. So option A is cheaper. And by how much? Subtract these two numbers, 5,220 minus 4,980, and we get 20. And we get 240. Correction. For the last part, it was 5,220 minus 4,980. So the answer here is 240. Part B. Sarah's car uses 5.2 liters of petrol for each 100 kilometers she travels. So 5.2 liters for each 100 kilometers she travels. The petrol costs $0.85 per liter. So $0.85 per liter. So for 1 liter. Sarah drives 240 kilometers. She drives 240 kilometers. Calculate the cost of petrol used for this journey. Give your answer correct to the nearest centimeters. So first we have to find the number of liters used to travel 240 kilometers. That we'll find using this ratio. So 2.5 liters corresponds to 100 kilometers. So 250 kilometers would correspond to how many liters? Cross multiply. 5.2 times 240 over 100 is equals to y, which gives 12.48 liters, which we'll use here. 12.48 liters. Cross multiply and we'll get x is equals to 0.85 times 12.48, which is 10.608 liters, which gives us 10.6 in 3 significant figures. In fact, correct to the nearest cents, so that is 10.6 as well. Part C. Sarah pays a total of $322 for her car insurance. This total is made up of a basic charge plus 15% sale tax. Calculate the amount of sale tax that Sarah pays. So this $322 has a basic charge plus 15% of sale tax. So 100% plus 15%. So this $322 corresponds to 115%. Calculate the amount of sale tax that she has to pay. Sale tax is 15%. So 15% corresponds to x. Cross multiply and we get 322 times 15 is equals to 115x, and then bring 115 in the denominator and we get 42. Time less than equal to 0 to travel to work. Time less than equal to 20. So time less than equal to 20. So 12 people take less than 20 minutes to travel to work. less than equal to 40, that will be 28 plus 12 or 28 plus this 12. So the answer is simply 40. Less than equal to 60, that is this 45 plus this combined value. So 45 plus 40 is 85. The next value will be obtained by adding these two. 22 plus 85, 107, and you can always check your final answer by adding these two, which should sum up to 102. For less than equal to, wait, part 2 of question number 2. On the grid, draw a smooth cumulative frequency curve to represent this data. So simply take the cumulative frequency table and plot the given point. So the first point is 0, 0, next is 20, 12, next is 40, 40, next is 60, 85, and so on till the very end, 100, 120. Plot these points and sketch it. I'll roughly sketch it for you, can't do it accurately. So this is what the cumulative frequency graph should look like. Part B. Use the curve to estimate the median. So I'm going to roughly draw a curve and tell you how we can find the median from this curve. So the curve we drew on the previous page had 120 over here and 100 over here. We need the median. Median is found by first finding 50% of the maximum value of your graph, which is 120. This gives us 60. So find the corresponding value on the x-axis. So read this value here, and I got 48. Any answer between 47 to 49 is acceptable according to the marking scheme. Alright, next we need the interquartile range. For that, let me clear the screen. Alright, so this was 120, this was 100. For interquartile range, you find upper quartile minus lower quartile. Now, how do you find upper quartile? For upper quartile, first find 75% of the maximum value on the y-axis. This will give us 90. Then find the corresponding value of x. What is this value? This will be something between 63 to 65. Let me use 63. So the upper quartile is 63 minus the lower quartile. Lower quartile is found by first finding 25% of the maximum value of the graph, which is 30. Now find the corresponding value on the x-axis, which gives me something between 30 to 32. Read from your graph. Let's say I'll use 30 and minus 30. So 63 minus 30 is 33. So 33 is my interquartile range. Although the answer in the marking scheme is 28 to 32. See what you get. Calculate travel to work. For that, we go back to the original table and find the mean from here. So find the middle value of this, 0 to 20, that's 10. So 10 times 12 plus middle value of this, which is 30, times 28 plus 50 times 45 plus 70 times 22 plus 90 times 13 and add by the total frequency, which is divide by total frequency, which is 120 employees. So this should give you 49.3 rounded off answer. Question number 3, part A. Anya sells all of these t-shirts to a shop. She charges $5 for each small t-shirt, $6 for each medium t-shirt, and $8 for each large t-shirt. Represent these amounts in a 3x1 matrix. So that would be 5, 6, and 8. Part B. P is equals, work out P, which is equals to M times N. So write matrix M 10, 20, 25, 40, 30, 25, and then multiply this with 5, 6, 8. Okay. So how do we multiply this? First multiply this row with this column. So we get 10 times 5 plus 25 times 6 plus 30 times 8, which gives us 440. So I'm writing 440 over here. And then this row with the same column. So 20 times 5 plus 40 times 6 plus 25 times 8, which gives us 540. Alright. Part B2 says explain what these elements in matrix P represent. So what is this 440? We got this 440 by multiplying 10 with the number of small shirts she sold for the price she sold, plus number of medium shirts she sold for the price she sold, and so on. So the value 440 is the total money made by selling men's shirts, and the value 540 is the total money made by selling women's shirts. The shopkeeper sells all sizes of men's t-shirt at $10 each. He sells all sizes of women t-shirt at $9.5 each. He sells all of these t-shirts. Work out multiplication of these two matrices. So you're supposed to multiply this first row times first column. So first let's see what the resultant matrix should look like. The order of this matrix is, it has one row and two columns. So 1 times 2, and this one has 2 rows and 3 columns. So 2 by 3. So since these two are equal, multiplication is possible, and the resultant will have 1 row and 3 columns. That means it will look something like 1 row and 3 columns. Alright, keep this in mind. 1 row and 3 columns. So this entry is the first row and the first column. So multiply first row with first column. 10 times 10 plus 9.5 times 20. This will give us 290. Then first row with second column. So 10 times 25 plus 9.5 times 40, which gives us 630. And then 10 times 30 plus 9.5 times 25, which gives us, this third entry will be 537.5. So this is the final answer, 290, 630, sorry, without the comma, and 537.5. Work out the percentage profit the shopkeeper makes when he sells all of the t-shirt. Work out the percentage profit the shopkeeper makes when he sells all of these t-shirts. अभी मैं ठीक कर लूँगी, अभी मुझे पढ़ाने दो, ठीक है? अब बीच में नहीं बोल. Alright, really sorry about that. Going back to part 2, work out the percentage profit the shopkeeper makes when he sells all of the t-shirts. So total money he earns is, money earned is 290 plus 630 plus 537.5, which gives us 1457.5. This gives us 1457.5. Alright, so we need to find the percentage profit. For that, the formula is profit over original value into 100. So what is the profit? Profit will be this value minus 980, which we get from the previous part. Just a second. The original price of the shirt is 980. How do we get that? By adding 440 and 540 from answer of B1. Alright, let me just clear the screen for clarity. So keep these values in mind. So oops, go away please. Okay, it's not. Alright, so we need the percentage profit, which is, we're doing this part, profit over original price times 100. Now profit will be the answer of C1, which is 1457.5 minus the cost price, which was found in part B1, 440 plus 540. So that is 980. We get 980 by adding 440 and 540. Right. Divided by original price is 980 times 100, which gives us 48.7%. Question 4, part A, part 1. Triangle A is mapped onto triangle B by a translation of 7 minus 5. Draw and label diagram B on the grid. So 7 means move each point 7 to the right, and minus 5 means move each point 5 units down. So moving this point 7 rights, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 right, and then 5 down, 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the point. Next, this point will land over here, and this point will land over here. So this will be your triangle B. Let me make it a little neater. This is triangle B. This is one of the vertex. So triangle B. Okay. Deleting this. Part 2. Triangle A is mapped onto triangle C by an enlargement of scale factor -2 and center -1 2. Draw and label triangle C on the grid. So let me mark the center first, -1 and 2. Here is my center of enlargement. The first step is find each of the column vectors starting from this center to the vertices of A. So starting from the center, the first column vector is 1 left 1 down, which is 1 left means -1 -1. Then the next one is 2 left 1 down, so 2 left 1 down, and next one is 2 left, 2 up. So minus 2 and 2 up plus 2. So next step is multiply all of these column vectors with the scale factor, which is minus 2 in this case. So the first column vector into minus 2 is 2 2, then we have 4 2, and then we have 4 minus 4, right? 4 minus 4, 2 2 and 4 2. Next we plot these column vectors, so we move in the direction of these column vectors. So first one is 2 2, from the center you move 2 right, 2 up, so this is the first point. Then from the center we move 4 right, 2 up, so 4 right, 1 2 3 4 right and 2 up, so we land here. And next from the center move 4 right, 4 down, so we move 4 right and 4 down, so we land here. So this is the triangle C after enlargement of A with scale factor minus 2 and center minus 1 comma 2. Okay, part B is although a question on stretch, but you need to know how to do part 1, because they may just change the matrix and rest you may ask to apply this matrix. You may be asked to apply this matrix on a given triangle and draw the resultant triangle. So how do you apply a matrix on a triangle to get the transformed triangle? You write the matrix first, 3 0 0 1, then you write the 3 vertices of the given triangle, 1 1 2 3 and 3 1. Next you multiply these, so you get 3 times 1 plus 0 times 1 is 3, then we get 6, then we get 9, and then we get 1 and then 3 and then 1 again. So the resultant triangle will be 3 1 comma 6 3 comma 9 1. So a triangle joining these 3 coordinates. Question number 5. A, express a single fraction in the simplest form. So first we take the LCM, which will be x minus 2 times x plus 1, multiply 4 with x plus 1 minus 5 x minus 2. We get 4x plus 4 minus 5x plus 10 over x minus 2 and x plus 1. Now simplify the numerator. 4x minus 5x is minus x plus 14 divided by these two products, these two brackets. So this is the answer. Part B. Solve this equation. So open it. 4x square plus 2x square 2x square plus 2x is equals to 12 minus 3x. Rearrange, we get 2x square plus 5x minus 12 is equals to 0. Now we may apply factorization on this. So two numbers multiplied should give us minus 24. Two numbers added should give us plus 5. So what will be these numbers? 8 times minus 3 gives us minus 24 and 8 minus 3 gives us minus 5. So these are the factors we'll use. So 2x square plus 8x minus 5x minus 12 is equals to 0. X is common, 2x is common, so we're left with x plus 4. Then, sorry, that wasn't 5, that was 3, minus 8x plus 8x minus 3x minus 12 is equals to 0. X is 2x is common here, so we're left with x plus 4. Then minus 3 is common, and we're left with x plus 4 is equals to 0. So the product is 2x minus 3 times x plus 4 is equals to 0, and the two answers are x is equals to 3 over 2, which is 1.5, and x is equals to minus 4. Part C. Anil and Yasmin buy some pens and notebooks from the shop. Anil buys 3 pens and 2 notebooks for $4.8. Yasmin buys 5 pens and 4 notebooks for $9. Form a pair of simultaneous equations to represent this information. So Anil buys 3 pens, so I'm going to write 3p. You may use x and y. I prefer using p and n in this case. Plus 2 notebooks for $4.8. Yasmin buys 5 pens plus 4 notebooks for $9.0. Solve the simultaneous equations to find the cost of a pen and the cost of a notebook. So I'm going to do part 2 now. So solve the simultaneous equations. I'm going to multiply this with minus 2. So I get minus 6p minus 4n is equals to minus 9.6. And then write the other equation underneath it. 5p plus 4n is equals to 9.0. So when I add these, I get minus p, n gets eliminated, is equals to minus 0.6. So p is equals to 0.6. Now put this value back anywhere here or here or here or here. I'll just put it in the first equation. So 3 times 0.6 plus 2 times n is equals to 4.8. Rearrange, simplify, and you'll get n is equals to 1.5. Question number 6, part A. The universal set has elements x such that x is an integer and x is between 10 and 20. So the universal set will have numbers 10, 11, 12 all the way till 20. A is equals to x such that x is an odd number, so this will have the numbers 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. Odd numbers from the universal set. Bracket close. Then P is equals to x such that x is a multiple of 5. So look at the universal set again, curly brackets, then 10, comma 15, comma 20 and close the curly brackets. Alright, so find, in part 1, find number of elements in A intersection B. So for that, first we'll need to find A intersection B. A intersection B means common values in set A and set B. That will just be 15. Only this number is common, 15. So number of elements in set A intersection B is just 1. Part 2, find A complement union B. Now A complement means remove all these numbers from all the numbers in A from the universal set and write the rest. So A complement means 10 will be included, 11 won't be included because 11 is in set A. Then 12 will be included, then 13, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So all even numbers of the universal set. Then union, multiple of 5, 10, 15, 20. So union means combine all the entries but do not repeat any repetitive number. So we'll write 10, curly brackets, then 10, then 12, then 14, then 15, then 16, then 18, and we'll write 20 once. Okay, so this is the answer for part 2. Part 3, a number R is chosen at random from the universal set. Find the probability that R is an element of A union B. Now, A union B, what will be A union B? Let's see that first. A union B will have all these elements combined but without repeating any number. So we'll have 10, we'll have 11, we'll have 13, we'll write 15 once, then we'll write 17, then we'll write 19 and 20. So a number R is chosen at random from the universal set. So universal set has numbers 10 from 20. So how many numbers are these? These are 11 numbers. So the denominator will have all the possible outcomes 11, and find the probability that R is an element of A union B. How many numbers are there in the set A union B? That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So the probability will simply be 7 by 11. Part B. In a survey, 40 people were asked what they had read that day. A total of 10 people had read a book, a total of 24 people had read a newspaper, 14 people had read neither a book nor a newspaper. By drawing a Venn diagram or otherwise, find the number of people who had read both a book and a newspaper. So if I make a Venn diagram, let this be the number of people who, let this represent the number of people who read a book, and this represents the number of people who read a newspaper. So we need to find the number of people who had read both a book and a newspaper. So we need to find this value x. Now 10 people read a book, so this will have 10 minus x. And since 24 people in whole read newspaper, so the portion at the right will have 24 minus x. And 14 people had read neither a book nor a newspaper. And in a survey, 40 people were asked. So add all these expressions and sum it to 40. So 10 minus x plus x plus 24 minus x plus 14 is equals to 40. Now simply simplify this x and this x will get cancelled, rearrange and simplify, you will get x is equals to 8 for part 1. Part 2, let me clear this. So now we're doing part 2. For part 2, I'm making the Venn diagram again, but this time I'll use the values of x, value of x. This was 8, then the left side will be 10 minus 8, which is 2. The right side will be 24 minus 8, which is 16, and the outside value will still be 14. Okay, book and newspaper. Alright, part 2. 2 of the 10 people who had read a book are selected. So 2 people are selected from this category. Alright, work out the probability that they had both read a book and a newspaper. So they should both belong to this region. So probability will be for the first person, it will be 8 over total value is 10, times for the next person it will be 7 over 9, because we've removed the first person from the group. So now the numerator will be decreased by 1 and the denominator as well. So simplified, and our simplified answer will be 28 over 45.